Alright, so we back again. Touch money, nah. Nah, I mean.
Touch money, gang bang.
I mean, what's your feedback on the last little interviews that we did, man?
A lot of people telling me they felt that, John, man. They liked it, and you know, it brought back memories. Shit brought back memories, and it brought shit that they didn't know. They didn't know a lot of that shit. Like, a lot of people didn't know Ancient Bricks Battle. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that people didn't know that they know now, and a lot of stuff that people forgot. That it brought back memories, and they said that was a good joint, man. That was a good joint.
Word. And speaking about bricks, know what I mean, one of the memories that we ain't get to put out there in the last clip was when you was telling me about Bricks had a situation with Quilly before. Yeah. And I was telling you I ain't know nothing about that, so that was news to me. So we just want to share the people a little bit about what you told me. Like, go ahead and get a rundown.
Oh, well, you know, Quilly, you know, he was running with them. He was running with a couple other little cliques, but at the time he was running with them, and him and Bricks was going at it. And
so this one, these were go-getters and headshots. This was that time.
I don't think he was a go-getter at the time. Even though he was a go-getter, I don't think he was a go-getter at the time. But he was definitely like one of the headshot rappers. But they was going back and forth, and then that shit supposed to have been squashed, and Bricks went to jail, and Quilly wrote some new shit, and you know, he dropped that shit while Bricks was in jail. Bricks came home mad as shit, and like this was a little bit after that, and Miz Millions, man, rest in peace Miz Millions, he was with us, and you know, that's his gang. He messed with them outside of rap, so he brought Quilly to the store, and me, Bricks, and Caution was in the store. Caution or Bees, I forgot which one it was. We was in the store. As soon as he walked through the door, Bricks jump up. What's up now? Nah, fuck that, man. You gonna drop that shit when I go to jail? This, that, and other. So they going back and forth. And he like, no, it ain't nothing, this, that, and other. So I said, listen, let's battle right now. Y'all could battle right now. Get this shit done and over with. He was like, no, let me wait for my old heads to get the money, this, that, and other, because, you know, whoever he was messing with at the time, they had the money behind him, betting whatever on him. And, you know, I had the money betting whatever on Bricks and all that. And I just was like, you know what? We ain't gotta have no camera. We ain't gotta bet no money. We could do it right now so everybody can shut up about it. I mean, we could just do this shit. Don't nobody even gotta see that shit. He ain't wanna do it. And Bricks was just heated, real mad. Bricks wanted to fight. He wanted to fight, but, you know, we calmed that shit down. Miz was, like, you know, stepping in between, stopping that, holding, you know. So, short story shorter, they had the chance to battle right there, face to face, get it over with. Quilly ain't want to do it. And that's when Bricks said, all right, well, fuck it. I mean, he just want to be on some rap shit. He don't want to battle. That's when Bricks wrote the Marvin Gaye joint. I would tell him, let's get it on, but Marvin Gaye. But that was...
He was chilling in the store with me, seeing it in his eyes. He ain't really want to war with me. He ain't want to battle in the middle of the floor with me. He just conversated from the counter to the door with me. Like, yo, we need to do a track together. Cause me and them headshot niggas get whack together. I told you, fuck that. I be strapped whenever, and if Joey rides for you, then y'all getting clapped together. I moved a whole brick, well, you starved today. Cause it was cheese on my head like Brett Favre today. I'm in that 2010 Jack car today. With a tank that hit his neck from like far away. I touch money, so for money I make Marvin pay. Giving headshots, shit, that's how Marvin play. Dick rider, what can Marvin say? Shit, I would say, let's get it on, but Marvin Gaye.
That was a good back and forth. I think, and personally, I think that probably would have been one of the best battles out of that shit, because they both was hot at the time. Of course, Bricks would have won, but they both was hot at the time, and you know, that was a good matchup. That was a good ass matchup. You know what I mean?
So did Quilly just target Bricks out? Everybody like, what made him go? Did that anybody ever figure that out? Like, cause I don't know.
I don't know. I just know one day Quilly had some bars about Bricks. I don't know if something led up to that. I just know a lot of people was saying Bricks' name, but it was on the tip like they not even like really hot enough to be, you know, saying it, because the shit they was saying was basic shit. I'm bulldozing, knock Bricks down, I'm a construction, all that bullshit. And I think Quilly and Dope, matter of fact, Quilly and Dose, they said some shit. J Dose said something about Shaq at the foul line, most likely I'ma shoot Bricks. That was a hot joint. And Quilly said something, but it was something small. And no, I'm lying. Quilly came at H and Boom on something, and Bricks was just, man, I'ma get him. He ain't saying nothing to my homies like that. He said something to them, and then that triggered something, and then they just was going at it. But then when he seen him, it could have been a face-to-face battle, and it was over with, and he ain't want to do it. That's when he started talking about, he walked from the counter to the door with me, and that's what really happened. He was just talking, and Bricks was trying to, first, of course, Bricks was real mad. He was trying to fight or whatever. Then it turned into, all right, what we gonna battle right now? And Quilly ain't want to do that shit. But I don't know the initial reason for Quilly, but if I'm remembering correctly, it was when Quilly tried to, we was at a show, Bam and everybody was there. Quilly had some bars about Boom and H, and we ran up on stage. This was one of Dink events. At Dink from Super Wild Styles, he was cutting hair, Super Wild Spitters and all that. They had an event. Quilly went up on stage, he tried to diss. Reed wasn't there. Had was there, everybody was there on their side. And Quilly tried to diss Boom and H. And we ran up on stage, snatched the mic and all that, and shit got crazy and all that shit. And from then on, Bricks was like, that was some nut ass shit, he gonna try and do this, that, and the other. So he ended up saying a little something, and then it was on from there. And when he seen him face to face, it was kind of a different story. But as far as the battle that was supposed to happen, it never happened, and it could have happened. It wouldn't have been on camera because we agreed no money, no betting, and no camera, just face-to-face bragging rights, and everybody got to keep it 100 then. I mean, it was only 5 of us there. It was me, Bricks, Quilly, Ms. Millions, and Caution. I think Caution. I forgot who that 5th person was, but I'm thinking it was either Caution or Bees. We was the only ones there. And he ain't want to do that shit. He would have lost. Believe that. But he ain't want to do it. It would have been a good one, but he would have lost.
Alright, so fast forward now, being as though you talk to Bricks, I mean, like as of lately, like give people an update on him. What his mind like? What his spirits like?
Oh, he the same Bricks, man. He happy. Of course, he got the time. He dealing with the time, but he dealing with it like a man. I mean, he dealing with it like a man, like he always do. And he told me to tell you to make sure we do the documentary for him.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that.
He specifically said you because he heard about the interview and he said he wanted me to do it with you. And I reached out to Chick and Gutter and they with it. They said whenever we ready, just call them because it ain't they schedule is whatever they schedule is, they structure their own schedule. So when we tell them, yo, we gonna slide through, they gonna be there. But he specifically told me to get with you so you can do the documentary. I mean, so you can do, because I told him I was going to do one before I left. And, that was 2 years ago now. Almost 3 years ago now. So he said, yo, make sure you get with him, tell him this, that, and the other. I said, all right, we're going to set it up. And he told me, when I talk to you, we set it up with his girl so he can call. And as far as his brothers and his mom, they on call whenever. But he be on the lookout for that Philly F.A.M.E. Bricks interview, calling over the phone. That's coming soon.